Top 10 DHs of the 2025 season based entirely on the performance from the year. Starting off with our number 10 DH, Seiya Suzuki of the Chicago Cubs. He had 30 home runs and over 100 RBIs, which is great production, and he was a massive part of the Cubs' success in the 2025 season. The number 9 DH of the 2025 season was Ivan Herrera of the St. Louis Cardinals. Catcher turned DH, possibly moving back to catcher next year, but for the sake of the 2025 season, he spent pretty much all of his time at DH. He basically is the one bright spot in the Cardinals lineup right now. In 2025, he did have some injury problems, played just 90 games, but was absolutely incredible when he was healthy at the plate. Then the number 8 DH for the 2025 season was Jorge Polanco. Now, the Mariners' offense has been a problem for a few years now, and a large reason the Seattle Mariners had success in the 2025 season was because their offense actually got it going, and Jorge Polanco was a massive part of that. Now, for him, injuries has always been a bit of an issue, and he actually stayed decently healthy this year. He played 138 games, but even when he hasn't been healthy for certain seasons, he's never actually hit this well. I mean, he's always been an above-average hitter and a very good hitter, but he's never been as incredible as he was at the plate in the 2025 season. So that's what got him up to the number 8 spot on this list. Now, the number 7 DH of the 2025 season was Yandy Diaz of the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, his season got off to a bit of a slower start, but he ended it with a 135 WRC+, which shows he really got it going as the season went on. He played 150 games and had a 300 batting average. And the thing I really like about Yandy Diaz and why he's personally one of my favorite hitters just to watch in general, he just smokes line drives all over the field. And for me personally, that's just a lot of fun to watch. Now, in the 2025 season, he was in the 90th percentile of offensive value, and I personally think we need more Yandy Diaz's around the league. Now, the number 6 DH of the 2025 season was Brent Rooker of the Athletics. He played all 162 games this year and had great counting numbers. He had 30 home runs, 92 runs scored, 89 RBIs. He is still the anchor and the consistent veteran presence for this young, exciting Athletics offense. Then the number 5 DH of the 2025 season was Christian Yelich of the Milwaukee Brewers. He had 88 runs and over 100 RBIs. He also had 16 stolen bases, still showing off that athleticism that he has. And similar to Rooker, he is the anchor of his lineup, at least from a veteran perspective, and kind of holding things together for more inconsistent young hitters that have a lot of exciting ability. And Christian Yelich had a 121 WRC+ in 2025 as well, which is really solid. Now, the number 4 DH of the 2025 season was Rafael Devers. Now, this is where we get into elite hitter territory. He played 163 games, which, do the math on that one. Obviously, with the trade, allowed him to play one extra game this year. He hit 35 home runs and a 135 WRC+. This is one of those guys where you look at him and you're like, yeah, I don't mind this guy being the best hitter on my team. He had 99 runs scored, 109 RBIs, so the run production was obviously great. The home runs were solid. When it comes to the more advanced analytics like run value, he was one of the top 20 hitters in the entire league. And the number 3 DH of the 2025 season was George Springer. Now, this one came out of nowhere. Rafael Devers was one of the top 20 offensive players according to run value this year. George Springer was the 5th best offensive player according to that. He had 49 runs of value offensively, which is 4 more than Cal Raleigh had in 2025. And what a bounce back year it was for George Springer, because this is a guy who I was kind of getting the feeling, or at least starting to believe myself, that maybe his best days are behind him. We're not going to see the old George Springer ever again. And instead, we got a George Springer that we've never seen before. Like, he's been a good hitter in the past at certain times, but he's never been this good of a hitter. He's never been one of the 5 best hitters in the league. And in 2025, he absolutely unleashed a level of play that was just incredible, and hopefully he can figure out how to maintain that and repeat it in 2026. The number 2 DH of the 2025 season was Kyle Schwarber of the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, while Springer had the 5th most offensive run value, Schwarber had the 4th most offensive run value, and Schwarber also had 56 home runs, showing a whole different level of power. And of course, we know Schwarber is a 3 true outcome hitter. It's either going to be a home run, he's going to get walked, or he's going to strike out. That's how he is, but he's incredible at it. He hits so many home runs, brings so much value to his team in that regard, and just getting on base with the walks, even though his batting average isn't the highest. He's an incredible hitter, and it brings incredible value, and of course, the stats that everybody can actually see and process, 111 runs scored and 130 RBIs. That's some absolutely crazy run production. But the number 1 DH of the 2025 season was Shohei Ohtani. Back to the run value score. While Schwarber was 4th on that list, Ohtani had the 2nd most run value in the league. And while being just 2 spots higher than Schwarber on that list, he had 11 more runs of value on the offensive end than what Kyle Schwarber did, which is an amazing jump up in value there. He had a 172 WRC+, which is just out of this world. 1 less home run than Kyle Schwarber. He walks just as much as Kyle Schwarber does, and he strikes out a good bit less. He scored 146 runs and had 102 RBIs. And he does it on the base path as well, 20 stolen bases, which is not something you see from a DH very often. Obviously, he's also a DH who won the MVP, and no other DHs did that. So he was the top DH of the 2025 season. Make sure to come back tomorrow as we start moving into the pitcher side of things with the top 10 starting pitchers of the 2025 season.